Hello everybody, welcome back to our channel. Today, to fill the time till after summer to the new project where I will focus on War Master, we will have a look at the Team Yankee World War III range. I am playing West Germany forces and I started with one of the big starter boxes with some tanks and some tornadoes. We got some Marder 2 transport, we got 2 helicopters. The box was missing infantry like here, so I bought infantry. And today we will focus on some anti-air capability. Therefore I bought myself a pack of Roland anti-air rocket launcher, so ground to air, and some Fliegerfaust Gruppe, so a bunch of people with stingers. Now, let's have a look in the rulebook. And there you got it. We will zoom in so we have a nice look at our Roland. That's the Panzer. We can have 2 barrels. It's 3 points for 2 of them. And when you take these Panzer, for every Roland you can take 1 Fliegerfaust Gruppen unit. So you got your movement, and we are not going into the rules of Team Yankee, but just for short, you can shoot 140 centimeter or 56 inches. So it's nearly half the field. It's guided AA, so it's very, very useful. And do we have the Fliegerfaustgruppe here? No. Let's have a quick look if we can find the Fliegerfaust. It's infantry, mountain, parachute, transport, tanks, transports. Where's our infantry? So we got the famous Gepard Panzer. And where is... Yeah, okay, maybe we just don't find it. Maybe another time I can show you the minis in a minute. Oh yeah, wait a second, we will do it our way. These are the Fliegerfaust. So if we zoom very far, you can see there's one guy with binoculars, one who is watching with a G3, the old German rifle, and then 1, 2, 3 guys with Stinger rockets. Very cool. So I'm thinking about building these myself, maybe with a little magnet, but we will see. So let's zoom out a little bit and then get our nice little box. So these tanks from Team Yankee are made of resin and metal parts, so keep your super glue at hand, you will need it. So let's get this out. Okay, so we got 1 chassis made of full resin, and we got another one, so 2 of them. We got nice sponges, we will keep them to paint. We got our little radar, our tower with the rocket tubes on both sides and the radar piece. You can just put it in, and then you have a turning circle without to magnetize or do something like that. And then the metal parts are these tires they have slots. You can see it here, 1, 2, and they slot in these slots. Beware that you don't try to pull it around a different angle like I'm doing most of the time. There is a correct way and a wrong way, so please. Okay, so if you see that, it's a little bit off, so we can use a little bit of green stuff to fill this if it doesn't work. Then we got the tower, and of course we got the Schürzen. Where did they go? These parts. Where's my focus? Yeah. They can go like this for more protection. 1, 2, of course, 3 of them, 4 of them. Tires. Then we got your radar. It's a nightmare to glue down, but it looks awesome. And of course your rocket launcher pieces. So you will just glue them down and then it's done. So very easy to build, very straightforward. I will build them and then I will show you the finished model. And for painting, I had some examples how I will paint them. We thought about, or friends and I thought about playing the additional rulebook for oil wars, and then the whole Middle East thing starts several years ago. Therefore, we decided we will not play oil wars, so not on YouTube, but that's the reason why my German forces had these, somehow desert terrain camouflage. I got your little Bundeswehr and your tank number. This is Armada 2 with a Milan rocket on top. And I got my Leopard 1 battalion commander with the rangefinder, the MG, the spotter, the commander himself. I made the caps colored so I can recognize, because if you don't know the game, you are playing like at minimum 3, and then you got your, so this is your battalion commander, then it's your troop commander, and normally you need a third one and maybe here one, and then in my West Germany 100 point list, I think I got 50 tanks, 40 maybe, some of the Marders, some anti-air, some artillery, something like that. And of course, some of these nice 15mm infantry. So I will build these up and show you, and then I will quickly show you how I paint these. See you in a minute. We are back. The Rolands are built. Whoops, yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so I am decided against the Schürzen. They look somehow odd. You got your little battery system. I rotate this for you. Try not to let fall in there. Just turn that for you like this. So it was pretty easy. I glued, there are fixed points, and I glued a little bit. You can see it right here. I glued the whole point, and then this little part has a notch and a fitting point, so that was very easy too. And I will let that dry some minute more, and Then I will spray them with skeleton bone. And till we wait to the super glue drying, we can have a look at our Fliegerfaust Gruppe with the stingers. So this is a normal package of Team Yankee Infantry. It's pretty heavy because it's tin. You see your bases, and I generally like the bases very much. Give you a little booklet. What's that? Your stat card. So you got your morale, your hits, infantry save, and the range. So we got 120 compared to 140. So you can actually have a gap, but you don't have to place them on the same point. They have to be, I think, like in 20 centimeters, so like 10 inches. So you can even expand this range. So you put the one unit in this direction, the other one 10 in this, and then you got like a very big 150 centimeter anti-air bubble. Okay, then we got our bases. They look very different to the normal bases. And then we have a lot of minis. So I like these bases. Wait, I turn the light like this. I like these bases very much. They had these circles, and when you actually take your miniature with this foot, with a little base, that it's fits perfectly, so you can make your base with sand or whatever, and the base of the miniature will completely disappear. That's very, very cool. So let's have a look at the mini. We have a stinger guy. Well, let's put the residue away. So we got a stinger guy with a pouch. So it's we got several of them. Are they all the same? Let's have a look. Yes. Do we have another one? Are they all the same? Ah, no. Here's one is crouching. See that? One is sneeing. Yeah, okay, that's somehow nice. So we got our stinger guys. Ooh. Let's quickly sort them. This one again. So, okay. Look at all these stingers. And then we got, of course, Mr. Pointy Guy. He is pointing somewhere in the sky, like, look over there. A helicopter. We got several guys with binoculars. So what I will try to do is, I think I will take the space, and then I will place maybe one of them here, like this, facing in our direction. And after that, I will maybe place Mr. Pointy Guide in the middle, because he's the leader. We got the machine gun, so the G3 guy, he's guarding, maybe he's looking away from the group, like this. So yeah, they had to be cleaned. Maybe I can, Pointy. Yeah, he's better. So he's facing away from the group. And then we need 1, 2, 3, red eye guys. Maybe the first or the first one is kneeing also, so the guys behind him can shoot over his head. Like, that's a crouching guy too. Where are all the other ones? Something like that. Yeah, I can't. What's the point? Yeah, something like that. And we got a nice little group. We can put some rocks, some static grass. Yeah, so that would look very nice. I will quickly build several of them and then show you. And then we see us in the next stage, the painting. Okay, so we got our bases. I tried to mix them up a little bit. So we got the guard, the spotter is over here. Where's my focus? Then we got the commander pointing in direction and the 3 stingers shooting right in the same direction. And on the other base, we got the spotter in the first row. Oh, what's happening? Why isn't he glued? Okay, so and then nearly the same picture, pointy guy and 3 stingers. He's shooting a little bit off. That's on purpose, just to mix it up a little bit. So we got our 2 Fliegerfaustgruppen, Red Eye, the German, and our 2 Gepard. And next step is I will paint them in skeleton bone. Skeleton bone. And then just use a combination of 3 colors. First, we are doing Tomb King tan for the big circles. After that, we are doing Paratrooper tan in connecting more smaller circles or waves, and the smallest is camouflage green. So see you back in a minute and I will get them primed. Welcome back. I primed the Rolands, the 2 Rolands in skeleton bone. I also primed both infantry units, the red eye teams, in skeleton bone. And now we're starting with a very basic painting scheme. I just use Tomb King tan for the first step. After that, as mentioned, Paratrooper tan and camouflage green. And what I will do is I will get some waves and some dots, so more wavy here, some dots like on the surface, maybe some overhanging pieces. And yeah, the goal is with the Tomb King, bigger patches over the model, and with every color variation, as darker as it gets, we will get smaller patches. It's very easy. You will see it sounds more difficult than it is. So just take your time and then we will just start and I will give you some music. Okay, I didn't tell you that I will paint the infantry units as well. I will paint the whole miniature with our Tomb King 10, and after that I will make small dots with Paratrooper 10 and camouflaged green for some dotted camouflage, and the weapons will be in off black. So you can't see it properly on. Okay, now it's getting darker. You can see it like the patches like here. So they are drying and getting darker. So we can use the next color in our very easy desert camouflage. It's Paratrooper 10. We can compare this. It's from the Wargames Fanatic. They know their new tirage system. So we got the color variations here. And they did not match exactly because that's light neutral and this is browns. But you can see it's close enough in the end. So we can use these like in between here. And if we got the green one, it's olive green. So there are 3 different triage systems, but we can get away because they are pretty similar in the between section. Now, as mentioned, we're taking a darker color, so we are using the same brush but with smaller patches, and we try to match the existing patches so that there is some consistency like this. I'm doing the outlines before I do the rest, so I can be sure I'm satisfied with the result. We are going like something like, where's the... here you can see it, something like this. Maybe a little bit more curved, and then I give you some music and I will just paint that up very quickly. Okay, we need to let this dry, and then we come back and do our last camouflage color, the camouflage green. You saw I decided to paint the infantry different. I looked up the existing ones and they only have the dark green dots. So I painted up all the patches and bags and things. And then they got dotted uniforms and black weapons, and then they are nearly finished. And on the tanks we need the green and then some black for some of the smaller details, like the fog grenade launcher, and then of course the tracks. We were doing these in nearly black, like anthracite, and then we get a brown color with a lot of water, and then just paint the tracks with this very thin brown color, so it looks a little more muddy and rusty and things. Yeah. So we will let them dry and we're back. So everything dried. We need our camouflage green. It's an olive green in the mid-range. And you will see we just need small patches. I brought up my Leopard 1 tank so you can see this. What is with the light today? So we got these darker patches here, and then you can see it's very dark, so we just really need small amounts. So we will paint some of these weapons with the same color as the tracks. For example, I forgot another metal part. So, for example, this Stinger rocket. I think Stinger is the very modern word, but I don't know what they are called in the Cold War area. So I will just keep it calling Stinger rocket till maybe someone just comment in the comments what these are called. So you see that it's dark but not really black, and I like this more than just a total black weapon. It's more softer in combination with all the other equipment and the other colors used on this mini. So don't forget your G3 from these two guards and the spotter. So careful not to overspill. We are back, everything is dried, so we will mix military shade and a little bit of strong tone, and then of course our distillated water. I think I will just take it from my gut feeling, so maybe 2, 1 and 1 in a ratio. And then we will just apply that and we will blend everything together. Okay, infantry wise, I painted the boots and the stripes with, where's the focus? Yeah. With dried brown. I will now just use the same wash for the miniatures, not for the base. The base I will do in sepia, just to give it a little different contrast. With the minis we have to be a little bit more careful not to get paddles, and that just did not look good. So if you get a little bit too much, just step around and then the color or the wash will do the rest. While the wash is drying, we will just take another empty pot, grab the sepia and do the base very quick. If there is some residue on the ground, we will blend them in together. That's why I'm doing the bases right now. And then we will let the 4 models dry, and yes, in the next step, dry brushing and last touches. So everything is dried up very nice. I can try to show you. I think the camouflage blend in very well. The last thing I will do is, the second last, I will now paint. Okay, here's some color missing, I will do that. I will take some ruddy umber, or maybe something more brown, maybe some leather brown. It's a little bit more darker, and I will thin that down with distilled water, and then just give the tracks something like a wash, but with more pigments, so it looks more dirty and dusty. And after that I will dry brush the whole thing with skeleton bone, and on the very edges with where is it, with my tooth drake tooth. So let's start. So I decided, what would I say? I decided to paint up the brown, very watery. You can see it here, it's very flowy. And then spontaneously I decided I can dip off over the residue with a sponge. It's normally you dip your color into the sponge and then dip it on your model. And I reversed that and dipped the residue out of the model. And then I still put some of it back on the hull for some more dirt and more usage of the dirt color. Okay, now we will let them dry. Put these two bad boys away and get our nice friends over here. What we're doing is very much the same as with the tanks in a minute. We will take, no, not the brown. We're done with the brown. I kicked down all my colors. We will take our skeleton bone and our drake tooth, and we'll just very light dry brush these guys and heavily dry brush the base. Okay, and what we are doing now is you can see these, where's the focus, very high spots on the bases, and it's the same, it's in the middle. We will take a smaller dry brush for more control. It's like this one, and we will take drake tooth. And then we will highlight these, or we try to highlight only these very raised edges. So. And the infantry is nearly finished. The only thing missing are some dried out tufts, and I will apply them with a drop of super glue, and then they are ready to shoot down some enemy aircraft or helicopters. Grand Finale, we are dry brushing the two Roland Flak tanks. We are using skeleton bone as promised. And we need a new towel. So, very light dry brush on the tank itself and heavy on the tracks. That's the goal we're aiming for. So, we want some of these edges to get some definition. You can see that here, the sharp edge, just very gentle highlighting these, and maybe a little bit here and on the back, and then heavier on the tracks because they are in the dirt all the time. We can go like really heavy on these. They're really dusty. And it looks like this. For comparison, that's one dry brushed and one not. Very easy step. So, and then of course don't forget the turret. Need a little dry brush here as well. We got many sharp edges. So, very easy. I'll try to hold it like this. This is our Roland Flak anti-air tank. I think it looks very nice, and it's just a nice addition to my existing army. Maybe just tell me in the comments, would it be interesting to see my whole West German army, like a little showcase on the table, or here on the on this table or the gaming table? And if so, would you be interested in some historic, so real historic technical facts about the tanks, and maybe some background story to Team Yankee? Or are you just interested in the models and how many points? Maybe just give me some ideas I can play with, or just tell me, so no, we are not interested in modern warfare. Show us the old stuff. I'm open for suggestions. With this last thought, I will finish dry brushing this last turret. Thank you for watching, and I wish you all the best. Have a nice summer, and we will see us soon in the next video. Have a good one, and goodbye.